Uh, Second live stream that's not really live. What you don't know that I'm telling you that I don't have to tell you is that this is my second time recording this. I'm trying to make it good. I'm trying to make it watchable. I went on, I rambled. Stop now. My goal is not to do that. So let's talk about what to expect from this year's AP Physics exams. This is actually for AP Physics 1 and AP Physics 2. They both have the same structure, so we'll go through, we'll take a look. This is all listed on the AP College Board website. So we're just going to look at what's on the website and try and interpret some of the information that's on there to get a better understanding of what they're going to be putting on the exam. So let's see if we can do that. So here we are, AP College Board website. And this is their new revised schedule now that these exams are happening at home. And if we see here, Physics 1 is May 14th, and we have all the different times for that exam. So take a look, make sure you know what time your exam is. There will not be any, do your best to make sure you don't oversleep the exam. It's going to be a very stressful situation. Here are your times, write them down, set your alarms. Let's go down to Physics 2. Like I said, same exact structure, so I'll read the Physics 2 information, but day before, so May 13th, and here are the times for those exams. So I know you could read these. You could go to the website, read through all of the information that's here. If you want to do that, please do. I think it might also be helpful to read through it together, so I'm going to read it here, and I might give you a little bit of my thoughts on some of the wording and what they might mean by some of these things. So first thing is the exam timing. Students will have 25 minutes to read and respond to question 1, then 5 minutes to upload their response. After uploading the response to question 1, students will have 15 minutes to respond to question 2, with 5 additional minutes to upload their response to question 2. Once their response to question 1 has been submitted, they cannot go back to it. So, what does that mean? First off, after you finish with 1 and send it in, there's no going back. You can't change your answers. You're done working on that. Just like if you've done any other standardized tests, they say you have this much time for a certain section. When you get to stop, you close your book, and then they say, all right, next section, don't turn back to that previous section. Same thing here. Now it's just digital, so it's impossible to do it. You won't be able to go back at all. The other thing that you have to understand is these 25 minutes, that's 25 minutes. The question will be available. You'll see it on your screen. You'll read through it. The timer started. As soon as you got that question, the timer started. So you have 25 minutes to read it. Then you're going to think your way through the problem. You're going to do whatever scratch work you need to. You're going to do any diagrams that you need to. You're going to solve any equations that you need to, and then you're going to have to do some explaining also. So all of that work has to happen in that 25 minutes. Think of that 25 minutes as a time test, and at that 25-minute mark, they say, pencils down. Everybody puts their pencils down. You can't continue working after that 25 minutes. But there will be 5 minutes to upload. So you don't have to worry about finishing before 25 minutes and then saying, all right, I need time to scan this and upload it to the website or whatever that's going to be. There's going to be more information about that later on, so I'm not going to get too much into how that's going to work. The one thing I can say is make sure that you're prepared for doing a serious exam online. Sharpen all your pencils. Make sure your batteries are in your calculator. Make sure as best you can that your connectivity, your Wi-Fi or whatever you're using to connect to the internet, make sure that that's a stable connection. That's going to be a stressful situation if your internet's dropping out or you're having, your computer that you're using, the battery's not charged. Whatever it is, just try and prepare yourself, with plenty of time to spare. And that'll make your life a little bit better. So that 25-minute question, we're going to start with question 1. 25 minutes. Since it's the longer question, it's going to count for more points. So it's going to be about 60% of the exam weight. Right? And what type of question is this? This is a qualitative quantitative translation question. All right, so what does that mean? Qualitative, quantitative translation. All right, they give us a little description, so let's read it and see if we can interpret this a little bit. The question assesses the student's ability to translate between quantitative and qualitative justification and reasoning. All right, so what does that mean? Qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative is using your equations and calculating things and getting numbers and answers. Qualitative is more of an understanding of those concepts. So you're going to be able to describe what might happen, but you won't be able to give an exact, exact number answer. So maybe they're going to give you some sort of experiment, and you're going to say, all right, if you change this one parameter, how will your results change? You might say your results will increase or your results will decrease. That's qualitative. You're not giving a specific value. You're just saying how the change will happen. So what I'm imagining here is maybe a little bit of calculation. You might need some formulas. You might need to manipulate some formulas. Maybe you'll even calculate something. But you'll also have to describe the general concepts of what's going on. And you're always going to have to give this justification. So whenever you see that word justification, you're going to be explaining things, okay? And you're going to give reasons for your explanation. Okay, so that's that justification and reasoning. Now, we're going to have to get some practice on this. We're going to do a bunch of problems to make sure that we're really prepared and we've seen these. And they have them up on the AP Classroom. And we'll go through them, and you'll do them, and I'll do them, and I'll do them here, and we'll talk through them. And then after I do them, I'll sit here and I'll grade myself, and I'll try and use the rubric that they give to say, did I do a good job or what did I miss? And so that will be a helpful thing to go through those problems. Let's go to question 2, and let's see what type of question 2 is. All right, this is the 15-minute question. It's 40% of the exam weight, and this is a paragraph argument short answer. Okay, so it's exactly what it sounds like. You're writing a paragraph to explain your reasoning, okay, and explain your thought process and explain the physics. So let's read their description of what a paragraph argument short answer is. Okay, this question type assesses students' ability to create a paragraph length response, which consists of a coherent argument about a physics phenomenon that uses the information presented in the question and proceeds in a logical, expository fashion to arrive at a conclusion. All right, so what does that mean? So it means that they're going to give you some sort of situation, and you're going to have to explain it with words and sentences. They really, it's about writing. It's about writing and explaining. You can do some calculations, and I would suggest we draw diagrams and we do some calculations, or at least look at some equations, so that we know we really understand this, and so that we can structure our argument and our reasons. But that's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for an answer. They're not looking for a calculation. They're looking for you to explain how you would explain this phenomenon, how you would answer something. And we'll look at questions about this as well. All right, this is going to take a lot of practice. They're up on the AP Classroom. I'll go through them. I'll try my best to answer some, and then we'll grade me, and we'll see how I did. And we'll go from there. But 2 questions, if I had to guess, since it's 2 questions and there are 5 units that are on the AP exam, I don't think 1 question is going to be within 1 unit only. I think each one of these questions is going to be as broadly reaching as they can make it. So we've seen these questions before. They have, part A, part B, part C, multiple parts. And I have a feeling that those multiple parts are going to spread out across certain units. And so I think that's something that we can expect to see. But, only time will tell, and what we can do is practice these types of questions. So going forward, that's what we're going to do. And next video, we'll probably be looking at one of those questions. So I hope this was informative. I hope it helped you a little bit. I hope it gave you a little bit of understanding what to expect that day of the exam. All right, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, thanks. Take care.